Hi guys, greetings. This is G from Tone Empire and Beat Skills. I have LACreme version 3 for you, but before we go into it and get into it and I show you the audio examples and tell you what this is about, I just have something to say. Just want to thank our audience for their immense support by buying our plugins and by commenting and by giving your feedback and being part of our little Tone Empire community and our Beat Skills community. It matters a lot. I don't have that traditional approach that many other companies have, which is go to big artists and ask them for endorsement. Although many of them are very kind to just give us those endorsements, and they found us and they give it and we publish it, and we're ever so grateful because that matters a lot. But like I said, I've given up on that idea of continuously pursuing very busy stars and artists and it's kind of annoying to them also. I keep calling them, hey, this is a new plugin. Can you please check it out and give me some feedback? Then go to another one. It's kind of circle of, I just feel very uncomfortable doing that. Okay, so I'm grateful for all those who give it to us. Of course, that matters and helps us a lot. But I'm asking you, our community, who use our stuff and are inspired by what we do, let me say that, to help us grow. So please like and subscribe if you haven't. And if you could do us a favor and tell your friends about us, if you genuinely like our plugins, of course, if you like what we do, then that really helps us. I think I can ask our genuine users to do that for us. So I'll be asking in a few videos to remind you and, ask of that. So anyway, let's move ahead and talk about LACreme. So LACreme version 3 is here and you're like, Gaurav, we just had LACreme version 2 couple of months back. So what are you doing? Are you making mistakes? Are you, figuring out some bugs? Absolutely not. Version 2 was the basic upgrade in our NM2 system to give you better CPU, to give you a better menu system and all of that. So I put that forward because you're rescaling up plugins and you're just redoing the way the things look and, resize and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to give the Geo a little bit of overhaul. But in that time, like, I show on Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow Tone Empire on Instagram because you get to know real updates of what I do with the plugins, what technology we're developing. So we did a new one called NCM. Our last plugin, Krypton, was also made with that. Kind of Tape Zoo is also that technology. But here is a completely first case scenario or use of that technology in its best and fullest manner of what it can get us. So what this technology is basically neural component modeling, which means it gives us a couple of aspects of things we are trying to sample or hardware that we sample. So in our system, we're doing black box modeling, but now we're also doing additional algorithmic modeling, which is collecting data. So it is AI based where we are actually generatively creating the effect. It is not some algorithm in the saturation and the non-linearities. But in terms of compression, all of that, it also grabs the data. So not to confuse you, but at what point, how much it saturates, all that is with us, with the LSTM system. And also you get a plethora of options. So now your attack is controllable, your release is controllable. If there's multiple ratios, you can get that. We get pretty much the exact compression curves and how, things behave. Like certain instruments and all behave different with the compressors because the material matters. The compressor will react to the material. If it's bass heavy, if it's like kick drums, higher, sharper transients and things, the compressors react differently. These are not things you get just with curves that other people attempt. This is the only thing you can really get with physical modeling, like component modeling. That's a great way. But even that kind of lacked that dimension. Like we've had years of UAD and all, which sound great. But now with this technology, we're at least as good, or I think in many cases better. Many people have said that our saturations with our AI models and LSTM models sound extremely authentic because they're by ear. And it's by data training, not just measurements, which could possibly give you accurate results or maybe not, right? So here, there's no mistake. Everything's by ear. I'm a ear by ear musician, and that matters a lot. So readings plus ear is what makes these new plugins. So with LACreme version 3, it's a complete rewrite. And of course, yes, it's a free update for anyone who bought version 1 or got version 2. This is for you for free. This is for sticking with us. Although this is a complete rewrite, I should be charging, but I don't look at it like this. For me, this is a personal journey of improvement and doing stuff, and you guys are with me along the way, supporting me. So it only is fair that I reciprocate to you and give you things that you waited for, you wanted it to improve or grow or be with me with this technology, because we just threw the regular ways of working in the garbage and started working with our own way. We did get a bit of criticism and all that, but now we are here. We've developed it, and we're the first guys with this stuff properly mastered. Right? You've seen improvements in our auto gain. You've seen how smooth things have become very quick. We have auto oversampling and various other improvements in our GNL. So it's all collectively coming to you. So these have massive value and you stuck with the journey. So it is here for you. Let's talk about LACreme. I've spoken a lot. Like you see in LACreme, we have 3 sections. So you see 2 basically, a compressor and an EQ. But on the right side of the EQ, there's a spatial expander. We now have different frequency bandwidths. It's a 3-way splitter now. So we don't touch the mid band so much. We touch everything above 4K and we expand that, or anything below like 200K. And then we can expand our contract. So it gives you very tight polish, like how mastering engineers approach mastering basically inside this box. So this is perfect for mix and master, but also of course it's great for drums, vocals, bass, anything you need that needs weight, because this is a VariMu compressor and the ratios change according to the amount of signal that goes in. And that's really how VariMu compressors behave, because variable mu is for ratio, as many of you know who are technical. Anyway, so without further ado, let's understand what this is. So in this case, we've got a threshold control and we have an output, but we also have AG on top, which is auto gain, which is always on. So that's the thing. Now the drive, I made it a new kind of drive system, which basically a blend between the drive signal and LSTM model. So you get extremely great, no level change at all kind of drive increase, which is something we've mastered now. And it also has a blend of the dry signal. So basically it's a kind of a mixed drive where you can, it's a ratio between the wet and dry and the full force of the wet saturation. Again, this saturation reacts to how the compressor is working. So it's not a solo isolated system. Like I said, NCM basically means neuro component modeling. So we know exactly when the compressor is behaving a certain way on a kick drum, whatever, how to round off that cake or how to tame your snare, you know, the saturation as much as you pull it. And so it gives you a separate control over that. This was not possible before with just the LSTM, NM2 system. So NCM basically, it just opens a whole universe, and everything you're doing henceforth is going to give you tons of control and really let you tune in the mix very perfectly. So taking the analog sound, but going beyond, but now with this technology. So that's about it. Then in our compressor section, we also have basically the compress mode and the limit mode as it is in the original hardware. But we've extended the ranges of the attack in this particular system, because the attack, I think, was set at only, the lowest was 20 ms, I think, on the original hardware. We've gone down to 2 ms. So if I'm thinking correctly, yeah. So basically gives you more grab if you want on the sound, because VariMu usually, you won't hear a lot of compression and it's really compressing hard, but you will hear a weight, you will hear a kind of solidness to the sound, very professional kind of glue that occurs. So that's there because it grabs the bass in a certain way and all that. This is not just some ordinary compressor. You have to hear it. I'm so excited for you to just skip my talk and hear the demo. Anyway, so that's that. Then below that, we also have a very nice BU meter. If you see, it's very accurate now. We're getting better at all this. Anyway, so now we have the EQ section below, which is a 4-band system. And then we have low pass, high pass filters on the left side and the special expand on the right. So now in these, the 4 bands are overlapped and they're continuous. So as you ask, you want those bands to be continuous and not be fixed frequency points. There you go, you have it. We also have a nice, very slope gain system. So as you increase basically the gain to any band, you will get like a wider kind of curve, but as you go higher and higher, it gets narrower, right? Same with the cutting. As when you cut, it's kind of wider, but as you cut more, it becomes narrower. So you can zone into frequencies because EQ is a lot about cutting. So it's not a passive EQ, but kind of sounds like that. It's not something which scary, creates holes or weirdly changes your track space and stuff like that. It doesn't. It's very, very smooth. Same with the special expander. You won't see any kind of jump or bump. The filters on the special expander are fabulous. They're so amazing, like beautiful crossovers that you open your plug-in doctor, you'll see nothing when you switch it on. It's like smooth as hell. So yeah, of course, we've got the sonic imprint of the original hardwares on here. You can pre or post the EQ, means that you can boost or cut your EQs, then send it to the compressor, or post EQ after the compressor and the drive and all of that kind of thing. So it's a beautiful system, plenty of options, but still not, I don't think it's still very overwhelming. But just with this box, you could really shape sounds very, very, very nicely, very professionally, and make it sound like magic. So again, without further ado, that's what this is. Comes with about 100 presets. And let's listen to some sounds. Enough of my talk. And I'll see another video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. Is it what I'm saying? Can you hear? And of course, leave, if you like it, let us know. Leave all your positive comments. If you have any questions, write them. If you have any suggestions, always welcome. I'm here to listen. It helps us grow. So that's about it. Here's LACreme version 3 for you. Enjoy.
I just need more of your taste, baby, one more kiss. I can get you out of my head, can't go on like this. Me mata tu silencio, me matan tus palabras, how did we get to this? I just need more of your taste, baby, one more kiss. I can get you out of my head, can't go on like this. Me mata tu silencio, me matan tus palabras, how did we get to this? I just need more of your taste, baby, one more kiss. I can get you out of my head, can't go on like this. Me mata tu silencio, me matan tus palabras, how did we get to this? I just need more of your taste, baby, one more kiss. I can get you out of my head, can't go on like this. Me mata tu silencio, me matan tus palabras, how did we get to this? I just need more of your taste, baby, one more kiss. I can get you out of my head, can't go on like this. Me mata tu silencio, me matan tus palabras, how did we get to this? I just need more of your taste, baby, one more kiss. I can get you out of my head, can't go on like this. Me mata tu silencio, me matan